Hi, Emmanuel. It's so nice to have you on the show. How are you doing today?
Doing really good, thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Beautiful. Thank you for coming. Like I said earlier, it means a whole lot. Thank you, man. And also, I am so excited to have you on the show, Emmanuel, for some reasons. Firstly, I believe that knowledge is the solution to world's problem. And secondly, I am so sure and confident that there are some things that Emmanuel knows that some of my audience needs to hear you say this stuff, directly from your mouth in order to experience transformation. I firmly believe that. And thirdly, even I myself, I believe I am definitely going to learn one or two things from your story, your insights, your experiences. I do believe that too. So for that reason, Manuel, I want us to get started with your introduction, your background, how the journey has been so far, and the challenges that you face and how you overcame them. And afterwards, I've gotten some beautiful questions for you. Okay, Manuel, over to you.
All right. Well, thank you very much. I live on the West Coast of the United States, and I own a marketing agency that does digital marketing, and I also am an author. I've published a series of marketing books and a series of books for children and adults about nature, natural history, experiencing nature, and how to spend time in solitude in nature so that a person can find more about themselves and activate their higher purposes.
Beautiful, beautiful. That's a great one you're doing. I love that. Okay, so shall we get started with the questions, Emmanuel? Okay. Um. Okay. You mentioned that your content is around marketing, and that's a very important one in the world. Most especially for business owners. And I think um, getting to have insight as to the proper way on how to market your service or product is very important. So I believe this content is going to be a very valuable one. So firstly, let us get started. Yeah, let us get started with you know, how can someone who's got a product to sell to Gen Zs, you know, how can this person get to sell his or her product to Gen Zs? Can you talk to us about that?
You bet. Well, the most obvious part is that the offers need to be online, and so you need to have a good digital presence. And and the way that Gen Zs like to learn about things is from their friends. And so more important than search engine optimization is having user generated content that will talk about the value and that somebody else has gotten from it. And then the other thing that's really important is that the business owner has
Yes.
taken the time to build some content around why they started the business and them using the product and talking about the success that their clients and customers are getting from using the
Yeah.
product.
Testimonials. I get that.
Yeah.
I got that. Okay. Can you talk to us about the three marketing tactics necessary for 2024?
Yeah, important marketing tactics in 2024. One would be like what we're doing right here, which is uh, participating in podcasting, either as a guest or having a podcast that your company sponsors, so that you can establish being a person that understands a lot about the um, area of business that you're engaged in. So that it has multiple benefits from there. You're able to then take this podcast content and create short videos, which we know are very popular right now on most of the social media platforms, and then also able to produce blog posts from the transcripts, and then those blog posts can be used for social media posts and email marketing. So the podcast really is the centerpiece now of a good content marketing strategy.
Beautiful, beautiful. I got that. Okay, so we still have some questions here. You know,
Okay.
yeah, the very first one I asked was how to market to Gen Zs. I want you to talk more on that because I feel like there might be some people listening who, finding it difficult to get their product, sold to Gen Zs. So I want you to, dive deep, if you will.
We really want to establish the business owner or business manager as the primary influencer, much like uh, Richard Branson or Elon Musk would be. So that means that person needs to be active on social media, and best way to do that is by being on video, and then you're able to run those videos through that product or through that content process that I mentioned earlier, and that way that uh, the people who are shopping for the products or services that you have are able to really get a sense of who you are as a person, and they can develop some emotional connection with you as the influencer, uh, talking about the people that you work with, the vendors that you choose, and why, customers and success they've had from using your product or service, what type of community events that you and your company are involved in, so that we're able to see who you are in a fuller way as a person. And so these are all things that are important to all of us, but they're exceptionally important to Gen Z because they are truly the first digital natives. They've never known a day without smartphones or the internet. And so they've observed from a very early age every shady and bad marketing tactic. And so they're looking for a little bit more of an emotional experience with the people who own and run the business.
That's the word. I got it. Emotional experience. I love that. I love that. Okay, so let us get personal a bit, Emmanuel. What inspired you to go into digital marketing? Can you talk to us about that?
Yeah, I've been in marketing my entire career, sales and marketing. And as about 15 years ago, as the marketplace was first inundated with Facebook and some of the other social media platforms, I decided I wanted to learn how to use those in order to be on the front end of the marketing curve. And it's just I've always enjoyed telling stories and storytelling and helping connect people with the things they need to live a full and happy life.
Mm, beautiful, beautiful. That's a good one you're doing. Okay, just now you mentioned storytelling. So can you talk to us about the role that storytelling plays in crafting compelling marketing campaigns? You got that?
Yeah, the story of the hero's journey is really the way that good marketing is crafted, where we have an individual who's called into action, who experiences challenges and maybe doesn't want to be part of the action anymore, but is drawn into learning and by finding a mentor, and then is led into this place where they find this magic elixir, and then their job after finding that magic elixir is to bring it back to their tribe or their community. And so that story arc of the hero's journey is one of the anchor points of not just good storytelling but also good marketing. And we've seen it all around us from J.R.R. Tolkien and the way that he wrote The Hobbit. Those are classic hero journey stories. The Matrix is another classic hero's journey story, and um, and so we can shorten that a little bit. We in these interactions that we have 2.6 seconds to get somebody's attention, which is not a lot of time. But I work through a process that is called problem, solution, call to action, and that is the way that we can truncate that hero's journey and get people moving into at least asking the question of tell me more about your product or service.
That's a good one. And, it's an important problem you're solving. I love that.
Yeah,
So let's say
yeah.
someone asks you, "Hey, Emmanuel, how do I pick marketing staff or agencies?" What would your advice be to such person?
There's a few things, and it's like every business relationship. You have to like the people that are you're looking to work with. So that's the first thing. Two is what are their philosophies around how they take care of their clients and how long they've had their clients. So, for instance, some of my clients I've had the entire 15 years that we've been running the agency. So that tells you that I know how to make and build relationships over a long period of time. And then the other thing are the case studies and some examples of the work and the success that they've had. And then that there's some user generated content too. That there's people on their clients, current or past, that will speak on their behalf and speak their good virtue. Uh, and then you help set some standards and some goals for the campaign, and let smart people do the work that you're hiring them for, and try not to micromanage.
I get that. Okay, this also is very important. So, how can one move from clicks to conversion? Trying to optimize your e-commerce funnel for maximum return on investment. Can you talk to us
Yeah.
about that?
That's the magic, right? Is getting from clicks to conversions. One thing is you want to have a compelling call to action, and so you want to help direct the next step in a person from what they're taking from one thing to the next. The second thing is you want to have a compelling offer, and that there's a high value in the product for the price that you're charging, and then that you have good care for a person after they have converted, and that you have some proof of that on those pages of satisfied customers.
I got that. I got that. Well, that's a good one. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that insight with us. I never knew that. Thank you. Okay, so, to bring this to an end, Emmanuel, what is that one thing you would like to leave the audience with? And to those ones who would like to reach out to you, learn more about what you do, how can that be possible?
Sure. Yeah, I recommend that every business owner or business manager gets very comfortable telling stories in front of a video camera, and spend time generating content that is video first or podcast first. Just tell the stories, day-to-day stories of the successful process of how you're running your company and you're making people happy. And if anybody wants to catch up with me, they can go to my website at emmanuelrose.com or connect with me on LinkedIn. I'd love to hear from you.
Beautiful. I love that. So that's gonna be the end of the show, Emmanuel. Thank you for coming and thank you for impacting us with this amazing insight. Thank you so much, man.
All right. Thank you too. I appreciate your time today.